you can't hear me. Okay, what's up, guys? Let me know if the music's too loud. It shouldn't be. I'll put it like right here, maybe. It might be a little bit better. What's up, Carlos? Carlos from Europe, huh? That's cool, bro. Ooh, man. Yesterday was a great day. A great day. I'm gonna try to do it again today. It just depends, but I'm gonna stick with that strategy because that strategy has been working super well. If anybody watched me trade yesterday, they know that strategy that I was using worked really, really well, and it was super profitable. I think yesterday I must have had like 6 green trades yesterday and like 1 loss, maybe. And so by that logic, I'm running at like 80 something percent accuracy, which is good. You know, that's like 80 something percent. So I'll take that. You know. Alright, so the music volume's good. Let me know if that works. You like my music? Good, man. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Morning's good, man. I didn't get enough sleep last night, man. For some reason, I just kept waking up, dude. I noticed the picture quality is a little crazy on my picture here. Hold on, let me try to fix this. There we go. That's a little bit better. There we go. I mean, I know I'm kind of down. Hold on, let me fix that a little bit. There we go. Alright, that should be right. Let me know if that works. But yeah, let me know how my volume sounds. I'm going to test it out real quick to make sure it works here. So yeah, just give me a second. I'm going to test this out. That should be noticeably better with the music, right, guys? Now y'all could probably actually hear me, right? So let me know if that works with the volume. I think it's much better this way. What happened yesterday? Nothing. I had about 6 green trades, 1 loss. It was a scalping strategy. I'll show you guys. I didn't trade at all after the stream, and so I didn't record any of it. If you want to watch my trading from yesterday, all you gotta do is watch the stream. But let me see. I'll find a few of the strategies. I mostly traded AMD and MU, and I think I made the most money on AMD specifically. And so what I would do is I would wait for the market itself to make really big moves. And so let me put a chart up here just so I can show you guys. It'll be a little bit easier. It's too big. Let me put just one chart up that you guys can see. Alright, that works. So what I would mostly do yesterday is I would look for the market to make a big move, and then I would trade AMD, scalping the big move the market made, if that makes sense. So like I would wait for the market to do this, and it was kind of choppy overall. But like what I would do is I would look for these big moves in the market. A lot of the time I was analyzing the previous closing price as well. Like for instance, let's see where the previous close is. Like these breaks here. So I would look for stocks to either, mostly actually what I was doing was I was shorting AMD, and I was shorting into this resistance. So like once the SPY held this level as resistance at the previous closing price, I would short into AMD on these tests, because the previous closing price holds really, really well. It's a really good indicator. It has a lot of sway over a stock's movement because it's basically the level where the stock goes from red to green and from green to red. When the stock actually breaks over, when the market actually breaks over that blue line right there, that previous closing price, then it's essentially going from red to green. And so it's going from red on the day to green on the day. And so when that would happen, number one, I would short into it on the tests and let it get rejected like I did most of these tests. Like I remember I shorted into that one, I shorted into that one, and I shorted into this one, anticipating a rejection at that resistance level. And then when it finally broke over here, that's where I went long. Or no, I didn't use the long, but I instead shorted into these resistances right here is what I did. I don't think I traded this break right here, but I shorted into these resistances. And if we look at when this was, right, this was at 10:08 my time, which was 11:08 market time. If we look at AMD at 10:08 yesterday, specifically at 10:08, let me find it. What did we get? We got a pretty big drop. Let me see, right here. And so we got a big drop right there on that rejection, and I was able to ride these moves down and just basically pairs trade these scalping moves. I would look for the market to drop, and then I would take advantage of it on my end on a pairs trading stock. And it wasn't all AMD. I did it with MU some as well. Maybe I didn't do AMD there. Maybe I did MU. We'll see. Yeah, and MU actually was following a little bit better. And so if we look at 10:08, what was happening right at 10:08, we got a big drop in MU. I think I actually shorted that one instead. So made a lot of money doing it. Made about 200 bucks yesterday, and it was a good day. And I'm gonna plan on doing the same thing today. And so if you want to see me do it, just hang out and watch. They're very quick trades. A lot of the time I was holding for maybe 30 seconds, just getting in and out quickly. And yeah, it worked really, really well. As for the market today specifically, we have a downward move in this market. Let's see, we closed at 246. So we closed up here, again at that blue line. That's the previous close, and so we're a little bit down on the day. But yesterday was a really big green day, and so we're looking okay. It looks like YouTube finally gave me back my views. And please don't mind my hair, man. My hair's crazy. I got a bunch of cowlicks. I can't get my hair cut, man. I can't get my hair cut. And so I'm SOL, man. I'm just gonna let my hair grow out. Within about a month or two, I'm gonna look like an 80s rocker, you know. Don't judge me. I can't get a haircut. You know. Whoa, I noticed the volume meter. Why is the volume meter doing that? There we go. That's way better. Alright, but yeah. Market's actually pulling back some. There had to be some catalyst, I'm guessing, for this big of a move. This is the second biggest move we've had in all of pre-market. So let me look up some catalysts. See if we have any calls for these big moves right here in the overall market. Alright, so we had Powell said a few stuff here. I'm going to go ahead and start going over some overall market news, and then we can go over a few different stocks that are moving in this. So bear with me, team. The first one I'm going to go over is the Senate passed a $2 trillion coronavirus stimulus package yesterday, and they sent it to the House. And so the House still has to pass that, which is not a given. I'm hoping they can get this done and just both sides can just freaking get along and help our country right now without doing the normal bureaucratic nonsense that they always do. Hopefully they'll get this stuff passed. So they set the vote on the $2 trillion coronavirus relief bill late Wednesday. So that is today, right? What's today? Man, I don't even know what today is. I've been home for so long. Today is Thursday. Oh, they set a Friday vote. So they vote on the stimulus package tomorrow. So tomorrow they're going to be voting on the $2 trillion stimulus package the House is. But again, I hope they can get this done. They need to get this done. So yeah, the Senate passed it. A week of tough negotiations. Jay Powell, currently on NBC's Today Show, says he sees no limit, and this is all quoting, it says, quote, sees no limit on loans Fed can do, says only limited by backstop from Treasury. And he also said the Fed will keep aggressively providing loans, which is a good thing. I mean, I think we need that right now. He also said, quote, we may well be in a recession. I mean, I don't see any purpose of him actually saying that. I don't know why he would say that. I'm not saying we aren't, but I'm just saying, like, look, dude, like, we all see what's going on here. Like, there's no reason to be overly negative about our economy right now because people panic. Like, people really panic. You know what I mean? It's one of the reasons, like, I think, in my opinion, I think Trump screwed this up a little bit. And you'll never hear him say that because, which is probably a good thing, like, people shouldn't be overly negative in our economy right now because people will panic sell, and that's going to make it worse. And it's a self-fulfilling prophecy where you're like, oh, we're in a recession, and you saying that might cause people to panic sell, especially someone like Powell. And it's overall worse for our economy when people say stuff like that. And so I think he should just not say anything. We also got, let's see. He says, Powell also said the priority should be to get the coronavirus outbreak under control. He says he sees the economic activity resuming in H2 2020. And he also said the Fed won't run out of ammunition and says still has policy room. We had Tudor Jones on CNBC that said the peak of the curve, he sees it going, he sees us getting past the peak of this curve in late April, early May. And so in roughly a week and a half to a month and a half to 2 months is when he sees this happening. I got no job. Can I get a loan? Probably not. I think it puts people in a tricky predicament, though, and I think that this bill needs to pass, and they need to get this money to people, because I think this is ultimately what's going to go down. I think a lot of the time, you know, you could pass these stimulus measures and give people some money that they need right now to pay their bills, because a lot of people didn't have a backdrop, and it's not saying anything bad about them. You know, some people don't have that luxury. And with that said, I think you need to get this money to people, because in the end, I think people are going to get laid off, and people already have. I think people aren't going to have the money to pay bills. And I think making the stimulus package and then not getting it to people for months isn't going to help. It's not going to help. I mean, yeah, it'll help in a few months, but right now people are struggling, man. And I just think that they need to get this done and get it out to people as quick as possible. And it's not just businesses. A lot of people are getting laid off because, like, if you don't work for a Fortune 500 company, you might get laid off. You might not have that much work. It's a tough situation, man, and I hope everyone is doing all right out there. What's up, Adam? What's up, Maestro? What's up, Futures? What's up, Jay? What's up, Joseph? They're hugging the VWAP, huh? What's up, Andy? What's up, Masher? Sounds like they finally gave me my views back, man. They were lowering bandwidth. I had to email YouTube and be like, yo, what's going on? But yeah, let's take a look at some stocks. And you guys know me, man. Like, I'm pretty middle of the road. I don't shill for either side here. I'm just giving my honest, and I'm a capitalist through and through. But in this message, with this, I don't think giving people money is a bad thing. I think people need it. GPMT gapping up. I'll go ahead and look at this catalyst really quick. Again, it's GPMT. So they suspended the first quarter dividend, and so they're ultimately going to keep more. And they said that due to the COVID-19 pandemic, its board of directors and management team wanted to conserve available liquidity and suspend the first quarter dividend. I guess that's giving people positive. They also provided an update after the COVID-19. So stock is up, gapping up from 225 to 450. We also have ALK up some, but it didn't hold its gains at all. It's back down. And this is Alaska Air Group. We got MFA looking strong here. MFA, which is mortgage investing. They revoked first quarter dividend amid market uncertainty due to the COVID-19 as well. And so this is up from 114 to 183. We got JCOM. JCOM not really doing that much here, honestly. I don't know why this is even showing up. Not doing that much. Am I behind? Why is this on the gappers list? It's not gapping up at all. It hasn't even been gapping up at all. JCOM, JCOM. Am I in the wrong Thinkorswim? What's going on here? No, I'm in live. 95.05. This is at 66. What? I'm so confused here, guys. I'm so confused. What is this? What's the relevance of this right now? It's not gapping up at all. Who knows? I'm gonna move on from this. CDNT. CNDT. This one looks good. CDNT, which is Conduit Incorporated. I'm gonna put a 1 minute chart up here. Maybe that's a little bit better. CDNT gapping up from 195, or CNDT to 247. So a good gap up. So they are collaborating with Amazon Web Services to help government agencies scale their COVID-19 response. So a collaboration with Amazon for CNDT. We'll see what happens with that. Worth a watch, I think. And yeah, I mean, we got a bunch of pennies moving. We got MITT gapping up. We've got TRTX. We got IBIO. We got CERS. We got LADR. We got AIM. AIM looks good. We'll look at this one. 186 to 222 right now. And this is Immunotech. They are up after they said actively seeking investors. Sites for trial on early onset of COVID-19. I'm going to go ahead and read this. It's a little bit larger than just that. And this is all quoting from MT Newswires. It says, quote, shares of an AIM Immunotech surged by 18% in pre-market after the company said investigators and sites for clinical testing of Ampligen as protective prophylactics and an early onset of treatment for COVID-19 are, quote, actively being sought. The company, which is targeting the U.S., Europe, Asia, and Argentina for clinical trials, said it is in the process of soliciting one or more sites and qualified principal investigators in one or more countries. And then they quoted here saying, AIM intends as a next step to, as rapidly as possible, seek institutional review board approval and government authorizations to commence the clinical trials, and that's end quote, according to a statement. They also await results from 6 ongoing clinical trials studying the effects of Ampligen on different types of cancers. Man, this is just, honestly, I'm gonna be real, this is just fluff. This is just pump. They're just saying, oh, we're working, like, this isn't any hard, actual, like, positive thing here for AIM. They're just trying to take advantage of the coronavirus sector, in my opinion. they are seeking investors and sites for clinical testing of Ampligen to help treat the coronavirus, which is what every other biotech in the world is saying right now. Everybody's trying to jump on that coronavirus hype, and AIM is no different. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just my speculative opinion, obviously, but I think they're just fluffing their stock up a little bit. I don't think they have any real intention on actually working on that, and I think they are simply just saying coronavirus to get some hype and buys here. And now it's gapping up from 186 to 220. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. We got BNTX here gapping up. No volume with this one, though. TLRY. Ooh, man. Look at TLRY. Cannabis stock could not hold this. Ooh, man. TLRY. Look at this, man. This is a weed stock. This thing used to be at 300 a year ago. A year ago, this thing was at 300. Look at this. Yeah, exactly at 300. I remember this. Now it's down to $5. Ooh, man. Rough. And then I think most other stocks are probably just going to be following the overall market. Like we got Cake, the stock, Capper, WTRH, Waiter, gapping down, Play, Dave & Buster's gapping down, obviously APRN gapping down, AMD, MU. AMD's actually up a little bit, and MU I think is more up. Yeah, MU is actually gapping up on the day from 42.50 to 44.35. It's not significant enough to really show up on the gappers list, but doesn't look like a bad market. Looks like an interesting day. We'll see what we get today. We got Tesla. Or no, we got TLSA, which is not Tesla. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now, guys. If you have anything specific you want me to look at or go over a catalyst for, let me know. I can do that. Alright, so apparently we had unemployment numbers come out. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, I'll look that up. And people are saying it is 3.28 file for unemployment. And that's to be expected, I think, as well. I think, like I said, I think a lot of people are getting laid off in this economy because small businesses are having trouble running. You know what I mean? Let me find these numbers. I can find them. Hold on. Let me, I looked these up actually right here. Global news. When did those numbers come out? If anybody can help me. Alright, here it is actually. Alright, so yeah, so the US. Alright, so here's a few numbers. And this came out 23 minutes ago. I got it, guys, so if anybody was helping me, I got it already. I appreciate it. So US jobless claims 4-week average is 998.25K, so almost a million. Previous of 232,000, roughly. REV of 232.5K. US jobless claims WE is 1.8 million. Versus the previous 1.7 versus the REV of 1.702. The U.S. initial jobless claims is 3.283 million. So 3,283,000 versus the expected 1 million, previous of 281,000. So yeah, those numbers came out, and that's why it's down. Here's the thing, though, with those numbers, guys. Those are to be expected, right? That's why it's not just about the people, it's about the businesses as well, because that's going to affect the people, right? And so the reason the stimulus package is also really beneficial to businesses as well and necessary is because it's going to keep people, if they start getting more money in, hopefully it'll keep people from getting laid off. I think a lot of people are already laid off, though, and I think that it's going to be a tough thing to kind of have to deal with on a daily basis now. I know I'm getting, I've been home for 2 weeks now, have not left my house in 2 weeks, and so, Senate passed. House is expecting to pass via vote without convening. Here, my green screen is messing up a little bit. Oh, I know why. Hold on, let me fix this. There we go. That should fix it. Alright. That should be noticeably better now. I should be able to mess with this. Yeah, that's noticeably better. Hold on, let me. There we go. That's better. Alright. Yeah, I knew I had to fix my green screen, guys. Sorry about that. But yeah. When they released the unemployment numbers, SPY spiked $3 a share. What's up? What's up, Justin? What's up, brother? Why does the media try to make everything sound worse than it is, though? Because that's the media, man. And like I said, some people buy it up. Some people want to hear it. You know, there's a few different nuances to this, right? One of them is that there's a certain amount of the population that are kind of preppers to a certain extent, and like they need to justify prepping, and so they want the world to end. They want it to get worse. You know, they listen to a bunch of super right propaganda and sit around twiddling their thumbs thinking the world's gonna end, you know. And I listen, everybody has their own life experiences, you know what I mean. Then you got the other side, which is the toxic left as well, who are never going to say a positive thing about the right overall. And in the end, I think they're both toxic, and I think in the end, I think you shouldn't want things to go bad just to justify your planning. You know what I mean? Like, in the end, this is going to pass eventually, and, you know, the world's not going to end. It's going to go back. I think eventually stuff will bounce, and I think most of these bounces, or most of the drops that we're getting in this market, are from the coronavirus, which there's not really that much you can do with this. Like, there's not much you can really do with this. You know what I mean? Like, in the end, it's like, this stuff was inevitable to a certain extent. Of course stocks are dropping. Manufacturing's going to come to a halt because businesses are going to have to close down. Of course that's going to negatively affect our economy. But with that said, we should hopefully come back mostly once this is all over. At least I hope it does, because in the end I want our economy to do well, because when our economy doesn't do well, it hurts the people of our country, you know. And I'm not saying anything bad about preppers. Listen, if you're prepared, power to you, 100%. You know, like I said, I'm not going to say I'm not prepared over here. But what I am going to say is that I don't want the economy to do bad. I want our economy to do well. Because in the end, the worse our economy gets, the more it's going to negatively affect the people. And that's what you don't want. Alright, market's going up though. Let me see what we got here. Alright. We got a few different news releases. Italy's Lombardy regional governor states yesterday's virus data is not very good. Cases were up around 2.5 thousand. The New York Fed accept 9.5 billion US dollars in its overnight repo operation. The BOE buyback operation is in the 3 to 7 year sector, receives offer to cover of 3.97 times, previous of 3.81 times. Oil companies, including Shell, are taking less Saudi crude for April delivery due to lower demand, according to industry sources. Yeah, I mean, people aren't going to be buying gas as much. They're not going as many places. You know what we had, dude? We had a dude knock on our freaking door yesterday, dude. I wanted to punch this guy, man. I'm sitting there like, dude, go away. Like, you're going to spend, like, they know everybody's home. And so they go door to door, touching people's door, man. It's like, dude, if you're going to everybody's door touching it, I don't want you to touch my door, dude. Like, he came door to door trying to sell us stuff. I'm like, bro, get the hell away from me, dude. You know, I was super frustrated. It's like, look, man, I get it. You need to make money. Don't go knocking on people's door. Call people. Ask them if you want to ship them your products. Do not knock door to door. Do not knock door to door. Don't do it. You know, like I said, I wanted to punch this dude, man. I was super pissed because it's like, dude, with all this, like, I'm staying home and like, it sucks to stay home. But I damn sure don't want to have my, you know, I don't want to catch the virus even though I've been home for 2 weeks because some dude's knocking on my door trying to sell me stuff. You know, super frustrating. Yeah, and that's a good point. The longer it takes, the more spending habits change. How they change, we won't know until later. Yeah, 100%. And I think it's going to, this is a big wake-up call to a lot of people. And I'm not trying to be self-righteous here. I'm just saying, some people live paycheck to paycheck, and that's inevitable. You know, some people are going to live it. Hell, I live paycheck to paycheck sometimes. You know what I mean? But I think this is going to be a big wake-up call for a lot of people. And you gotta have some savings because, you know, some people are just SOL in this market and it sucks, man. And I hope they do well. And that's why I think they need to get this stimulus money out to people quickly. MFA? Yeah, I'll take a look. Tyler. Yeah, my computer's kind of freaking out. This stock is up because they canceled their dividends. I already went over this one. This stock is up because they canceled their dividends. Is anybody else seeing everything kind of act crazy here on my screen? It's only going on in Thinkorswim. Weird. People hate door to door. Oh, and listen, man. I am not against going door to door. Like, listen, I was a real estate agent, and new real estate agents have to hustle if they want to get business. I'm not anti door to door. Like, I'm not. Like, like, if you want to go door to door, fine. I just don't think you should go door to door now. And you should understand and respect people's need to stay home and to distance themselves from other people, especially contractors. Contractors travel all over the place, man. I don't want them here. No offense. I don't want them here right now. They're going to way too many houses for me to feel safe doing that. And so if you're going door to door right now, stop it. Because that's the bad move. That's the wrong move. You don't need to do that, man. It's stupid. People are going to get pissed, you know. I have a no soliciting sign, like right on my front door, and then I've got a camera that looks straight down onto whoever's at my door. Like, I have a door camera, and it's not a Ring, it's just a conventional camera that just stares at the people knocking at my door, and then a big sign underneath it that says no soliciting, you are under video surveillance at all times, you know. And so I'm sure my door is kind of intimidating, but like, dude, people still knock. They don't care. Like, they'll read that and say, I don't care anyway. Because in the end, selling stuff is a numbers game. And so you got to get your numbers up. If you just stopped at every door that said no soliciting, you know, you're going to miss out on some stuff. But it's cool. But yeah, MFA, I can go over the catalyst again one more time. I'm pretty sure this one is up because they canceled their dividends. So yeah, I'll read this again, and this is MFA, which is MFA Financial, and they said, and this is all quoting from MT Newswires, they said Wednesday that it is revoking its previously announced first quarter cash dividend of 20 cents per common share due to the current market conditions brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic. The cash dividend was said to be paid on April 30th to shareholders of record as of March 31st. The board said it will evaluate the payment of dividends as market conditions evolve. And that's end quoting. And so, yeah, they canceled their dividends. They're going to keep more of their money, and so the stock's going up because of it. Overall, like I said, we got the SPY. We got MU. SPY's ripping up here. And this is the interesting level in the overall market, which is 246.70 or so. 246.80, 246.75. Previous close, it's at 246.79 is the previous close. And so I think this is an interesting level to see whether the market holds right here or if it breaks over that previous close and what happens after that. Yeah. I had a contractor that came here 2 days ago, and he tried to hand me a card as soon as he got here, and I was like, I pulled the Drake, you know. I told him to text me, and I would save his stuff, you know. But I ain't taking your card, bro. I ain't shaking no hands, dude, you know. Could you cover OILU? It looks like a good deal. Yeah, I got you. I mean, I don't know, man. This is in the realm of penny stocks. Just not really my style, not really my thing. Too cheap. Most of the time, these are terrible companies, and I can't trade most of them on my platform anyway. But I'll look to see if it has a new catalyst. But yeah, not really my style, brother. Not seeing any catalyst for this one, and it's just a... Oh, wait, this is an ETF, actually. What is this? What's the underlying asset of this ETF? OILU. I'll make sure I got that right. Yeah, this is an ETF. It is a 3 times crude oil ETF. Oh, well, then this is just going to be what, like UWT is. It's just oil. What's up, Hero? What's up, bro? All right, I'm going to go over the overall market news. Oh, wait, we got Mitch in here. Let me get Mitch in here. We finally got our views back, though, man. Remember, guys, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We do this live for free every day, right here on YouTube, and so don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys. Let me get the music right. All right, let me know how that works, guys. Let me know. The music should be better. All right. But yeah, so I'm going to go over the overall market news real quick. Yo, Mitch, you there?
Yo.
There he is. What's up, Mitch?
What up?
Yeah. Masher says, strangely enough, OILU is tradable on TAPS. Yeah, that's probably because it's an ETF. It's probably because it's an ETF. And so most ETFs are actually tradable. And even though it's 30 cents, it's probably an ETF. Man, on TAPS, I could buy like millions of shares of that one, I think. But yeah, as I'm talking right now, though, look at the market, guys. The market is popping above the previous closing price. So the market actually just went from red to green. We also have...
I think this is a big trap. This is a big trap. Just from my eyes. I watched the price action by the close yesterday, and I saw mad sellers come in at the 255 resistance.
Yeah, kind of makes sense. I think this one is up. Let me see. It could be because Treasury Secretary Mnuchin is going to appear on CNBC Squawk. Squawk on the Street around 9:15, and so that is at around 8 minutes.
Did you see the job numbers?
Yeah. Unemployment came out roughly 3.3 million.
That's absolutely out of this world.
I mean, it's not to be unexpected, though, brother, because, like, think about it. Like, businesses have to lay people off. Even James was talking about how he got laid off because...
But this is, like, you got to compare it to other times of unemployment. It's not necessarily of what it is. It's the chart. We are literally going to look like a parabolic chart now. It's not like it was in 2008. This is parabolic in one report. This is not like a stock going from 0 to 10. This is a stock going from 0 to 100.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
The move in 2008 was more like a 0 to 20 or 0 to 50. And we're doing a 0 to 100 really quickly.
But they were caused by different things. You know, this is different. Like, this virus is kind of with 2008 and the mortgage industry back then, that was kind of a ticking, that was boiling over, and that was just kind of a boiling pot, eventually going to burst out of there, right? This was a little bit different. This came all at once, and this kind of hit us very, very quickly, just like it did China. And so naturally, the chart's going to be a little bit more parabolic than 2008 because, again, people could see 2008 happening. And so, like, The Big Short is all about people getting in years before it happened. This is a little bit different to where this one is just kind of hitting us all at once. And so naturally, our market's going to drop faster. I think it'll rebound faster as well when this, if and when this clears up. I'm not going to say it's going to come all the way back to where it was, but I'm just saying, it's just different causes, different sources of the panic in both sides.
I necessarily don't see that too much. The housing market's still in a crisis. Debt still in a crisis. This just had another catalyst attached to it, which made it more negative. But the bonds are still messed up. They're still doing QE. They're still doing the same thing they're trying to fix in 2008. That's just from what I see on the macro side. This is the same problems over and over again, just bigger. It's just what I see.
I know we could disagree. Like I said, this you could look at the long-term daily chart of the SPY, and you could just see like mid-February when the coronavirus started coming out. That's when we started to get this big drop. Until then, market was heading up. Market was moving up.
We were moving up in January and February, and the coronavirus was already out.
Right, but it hadn't affected us in our economy at all. We might have had a few cases, but it didn't negatively affect us like it is now, where a majority of states are on lockdown. So that's a lot different.
I think that was China pumping the market, but
we'll see.
Okay. They announced it that they were going to pump the market when their coronavirus started. They kept the market up, put big bets on the downside, made lots of money.
Yeah, like I said, I think the market's drop in the last few months is obviously from the coronavirus. I think it's just businesses closing, people getting laid off, a lot of stuff happening. People are holding their dividends back because businesses don't have enough to pay them. A lot of people are on lockdown. Numbers are growing quick, and so people are panicking. And I like I said, I think the silver lining in all of that is just as quickly as this happened, I think the market will probably bounce back when this is all over, if and when. And I think the big determining factor on how permanent some of this damage is going to be how long this lasts. If this lasts a really long time, the damage is obviously going to be a lot worse. It's going to change our economy in a negative light in a much more serious way than if this clears up in a month or two and everything's back to, relative normal, And like I said, we can disagree. Good thing about the market is people have different perspectives, and, it's good for people to hear both sides too.
Yeah, I just always look for a bigger problem. I'm always looking in the SPY and the overall market. There's like the leading news, and then there's the news that people don't look at. What I really think affected this market was not coronavirus. It was mainly oil and the bond market collapsing. That's just from what I see.
Right.
And the reason that explains it is because, like I talked about last week, if you can't price bonds, you can't price equities. Thus, you get a bear market. Because the whole thing of when the market was at the top was everyone was saying these companies are trading way too forward PE. Their evaluations do not make sense up here. Why? Because price discovery was not correct. So the pricing was not correct on the equities. And then what ended up happening was the bond market started failing. When the market tanks like this, the ones that get pressured the most are the bonds, because it's a risk-free asset. And it's not risk-free if the market is going to tank.
Right, for sure.
There's just bigger problems, I think, than coronavirus.
I don't know, man. I think
it's a factor.
I think our economy is propped up on the businesses, and when businesses have to close down, I think that is obviously going to negatively affect us. And I think it's, I think it's going to happen, and I think hopefully it'll go back to normal. But like I said, it's just my opinion, and it's okay. We can disagree. I'm going to go over the overall.
At the end of the day, it's a factor.
Right.
At the end of the day, they're all factors that can be playing.
Right, and I think everything is affected by the market, like the bond market, oil, gas, business, everything's propped up by how our businesses are doing. And I think when a lot of businesses have to close down, when people have to start working from home, when food companies are probably one of the ones that are doing a little bit better, but when manufacturing in general goes down this drastically, this quickly, I think the market's gonna obviously cause the market to go kind of down big too.
One thing I'll throw in there is yesterday, a lot of people were thinking that the market was going up based off the stimulus bill. But what I really saw is oil rebounding. Oil was being pressured by Trump. Trump is talking to the Saudis right now, trying to fix this oil problem, because he knows if he can fix the oil problem, give the stock market a stimulus push, he just might be able to get this back up. So I think he's really focused on oil right now. He knows how much importance oil is, especially to the United States, as we become the leader in producing. So this is the biggest concern right now. I think watch the oil game today. If you see oil just spike out of nowhere, that's when I think we'll start seeing the recovery.
Yeah, for sure. And hopefully, somebody asked me why I think it's a bottom right now. I really don't think it's a bottom. It could be, but it really just depends on what happens here. And again, like I said, I think it really depends on how long this lasts, how long people have to stay home, how long businesses are shut down. I think that's going to affect the market so much, and I think that we're not gonna start getting more optimism until some of that stuff starts to happen. And so I'm hoping this is the bottom. I really do. Like I said, I want our economy to go up, because if not, people get hurt when the economy goes down. But in the end, it's just about when and where that's going to happen. I'm gonna go over the ETF preview real quick. Unless you got a few stocks you want to look at, Mitch.
No, go ahead. You're good.
Okay.
Take over.
All right. So this is the ETF preview. And this is all quoting from MT Newswires, and it says, quote, stock futures were lower ahead of the opening bell as the passage of a $2 trillion economic passage bill by the U.S. Senate failed to soothe nerves of investors still fretting over COVID-19. The piece of legislation will be up for approval in the House of Reps. The market rallied in the last 2 days after the U.S. Fed launched new credit lines to support households and businesses, followed by reports that the Trump government and the U.S. Senate have agreed on a $2 trillion economic measure that will give money to U.S. families and help companies hit by the outbreak, among others. On the global calendar is the U.S. Jobless Claim Report at 8:30 Eastern Time. To be released at the same time are the international trade, corporate profits, retail and wholesale inventories reports, and the second revision of the fourth quarter gross domestic product, GDP. The EIA Natural Gas Domestic Inventories Report will be out at 10:30 Eastern, and the Kansas City Fed Manufacturing Index will be posted at 11 a.m. Eastern. As for commodities, we can go look at crude, and one of the ETFs I use is UWT. We have crude that's down over 3%, or at least it was at the time this came out. It actually looks like it's rebounding closer to break even right now for crude, maybe down 1% or so. We also have, what else we got? We also have the U.S. Oil Fund is down 3.4%. Natural gas, which we can look at UGAZ. UJAZ is down, obviously. It might have rebounded from when this came out as well, though. But natural gas is down 0.2%. U.S. Natural Gas Fund is down 0.5%. Gold is up 0.5%. We can look at gold as well. Gold is up a little bit here, which generally happens when people panic. Gold is up 0.5%. Spider Gold Trust is up 0.7%. Silver's down 1%. And the iShares Silver Trust is up 0.5%. And so, yeah, that's the market news, guys. Like I said, yesterday was a great day. Ended up having like 5 or 6 green trades in a row yesterday. We'll see what we get today. Market recently broke over the previous closing price, and I think the big level here to watch is whether this holds or not. If this holds, I think we could start moving up. If it breaks below this, it could start diving back down, obviously. And so I think the big support level to watch in the SPY at least is 246. 246.80 to be exact. 246.79 is where the previous close is. And again, that's the determining level that shows you if a stock or underlying ETF is going from green to red or red to green.
All right, guys. We had someone bring up stock splits, reverse stock splits. you'll still have, when the stock splits reverse or splits up, you still will have the same value. So it is scary to an investor because there's a change in pricing, but the value is still the same.
Right.
That's one thing I'll let you guys know, so you don't have to immediately freak out. You just have to understand the new pricing.
Right. Yeah, I got a funny story about splits. Were you about to say something? I just want to say this real quick, and then I'll let you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, drop it in.
So when I first started trading, right, I had a Robinhood account. And so when I first started trading and trading some stocks, we had a stock that did a reverse split. And now, like Mitch is saying, splits just mean either the company is adding shares to the stock or adding shares to the overall float, or where they are removing shares from the overall float, which influences the supply and demand of certain stocks. And so a reverse split is when they take shares away, which usually makes the stock more expensive on a supply and demand basis, right? And so anyways, so I was in a stock, right? I can't remember what it was, and they had a reverse split done. And so it was like a 10-to-1 reverse split. And so the stock went from like, I don't even remember. It went from like $5 to $50, and which would have been a 1,000% gain if those numbers would hold and you could actually trade those numbers. And so I called my dad and I get all excited. I'm like, hey man, you gotta let me do this. And I didn't have that much money, and this was like 3 years ago. And I'm like, hey man, you think you could help me do this, and I'll split the profits with you. Like put up the money for the 10 times the amount of shares I originally had. And he was like, yeah, sure. And then I researched it and found out that that's not how it worked, that they compensate the stock. And so if it's a 10-to-1 reverse split and you're holding 10 shares, instead of holding those 10 shares of the stock, you're only going to be holding 1 share, and vice versa. If it's a regular split and you're holding 1 share and it's a 10-to-1 split, then you're going to be given 10 shares instead. And so they're going to compensate for the fluctuations in price. You don't profit from splits. Basically, they compensate and they give you the equivalent of what you would had relative to what it was at before, if that makes sense. But anyways, yeah, that's my story of first learning about splits and getting really excited, thinking I just made 1,000% profit, and then realizing that it wasn't like that, and I was just stuck at where I was.
It's definitely going to be a fun day. At least my view is, and this is just my view, guys, you guys can watch for these numbers. I'm going to be watching for a push towards 250 and a quick rejection off 250. Now, one thing I would tell you guys, traders, is I've been really trying to find things to help you guys, whether that be research, whether that be different strategies, different approaches. And one thing that I've really noticed is, and I know probably John can agree to this, is that in times of high volatile times, when the SPY is leading stocks, you have to pay attention to the stocks that move with the SPY. And why does this matter? Because this matters because of something called correlation. And correlation is important because if a stock moves very closely or correlated with the overall ETF or the overall market, then you can go ahead and you can follow that stock and SPY at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I did all day yesterday. I talked about it a little bit earlier, but I would just wait for big moves. Usually based off, there's 2 different levels that I would watch yesterday. I would look at the previous closing price. Really, right around the open, I would look at the low of the day breaks. So like if the SPY broke low or high of the day, mostly low of the day actually works better. I would short a following stock. Like I would look at MU, and if the market broke low of the day, I would jump in MU with like 400 shares and then get immediately out within like 10-15 seconds, just scalping that momentum. And that worked really well yesterday, just pairs trading the SPY overall with following stocks that, are influenced by the market, like AMD, MU is mostly what I did. But yeah, it worked really, really well yesterday.
Yeah, definitely. And, we get these questions all the time. I even got a question on the Discord yesterday. Does the square follow the SPY? And one of the things I can tell you guys is do your research. Don't always just think that a stock moves with the SPY. If you do a little research, you can actually find out the top moving stocks that move with the SPY. So I'm going to put up a free website for you guys. It's absolutely free. I have no affiliation with them. It's just a kind of research website that I found that can help you guys. This is a portfolio visualizer. It'll help you find stocks that are correlated. You can put 2 stocks in there, you can put 3 stocks in there, and you can find the correlation. You can go back as far as the opening of the stock, and you can see how it's been with the overall market throughout its whole lifetime.
Oh wait, was I muted the entire time I was saying that? Did y'all hear what I said about my strategy and like what I was doing in correlation with what Mitch was saying? Did y'all hear me talk, or was I muted that whole time? I know because before that I was talking to my son, and so I muted myself to talk to my son, and then I thought I unmuted it, but if I didn't, let me know. I'll say that again if I need to.
Yeah, so if anything, we'll go over it again. But like always, guys, one of the things I'm trying to tell you guys is pairs trading is not the worst thing to do, especially at a time of high volatile. But the key thing in pairs trading is that they need to be correlated.
Penny stocks not going to work as well,
Correct. Penny stocks won't work as well. Stocks like, let's say, Square, Disney, Apple, market leaders usually have high correlation with the market overall. And this is a way of pairs trading, and also a way of hedging your bet. If you really want to get into hedging and have enough capital to do so, you could also take a stock that was not correlated to the SPY, and then take a stock that was correlated to the SPY, pairs trade them, and try to make the most of it. That's hedging your battle, but you need a lot of capital to hedge. And so I don't think hedging is ever wrong, but you need so much capital, and it's definitely a hard game.
Look at the market, guys. Wow. Market ripping here, guys. Market ripping up big. We're at 249.21 here. Let me see what the market's saying right now, guys.
So what I think is this: you guys ready for it? You're gonna get a push, probably of a talk of stimulus bill, trying to push the market up here. The real key, guys, is 255, up there where it got rejected big time yesterday.
Yeah, so this move started about 7:55. Let me see. Let's see. Really started popping off over that previous close at 8:15 or so. So yeah, we had a few stuff that come out. I'll go ahead and read this real quick. Okay, so number one, we had U.S. Treasury Secretary Mnuchin said direct deposits to Americans will take place within 3 weeks. Within 3 weeks, Americans are going to get that money, which is great. That's what I think it needs to be. I think it needs to be fast, because I think the longer they wait, the more people are going to get laid off, and the more this is going to affect the economy. And so 3 weeks is what they're saying. He also said he urges the House to pass the bill as soon as possible, and the president wants to make sure all workers are protected. Hopes support for businesses only need to last for a short time, and has urged fast action. Mnuchin says late action will not do any good. Yeah, and that's kind of exactly what I said this morning, which is I think they need to do this fast. I think they need to get this money out there very quickly.
Yeah, I saw the bill, and I understand why they're fighting back and forth. It's like we talked about yesterday. They're both trying to sneak things in there.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think it's annoying.
Right. I think Mark Cuban's the real hero, like somebody said yesterday. Like, he's just yelling at them, like, dude, just get along for once, man. It doesn't matter. Like, stop trying to throw a bunch of irrelevant, like, conservatives, stop trying to give executives bonuses, man. That's not what we need right now, man. Get that ish out of here. Liberals, stop trying to throw a bunch of irrelevant nonsense in there, too. Get that stuff out of here, man. Like, both of them need to get along. My bad, Mitch. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I personally just think that what needs to happen is I think they needed to split the stimulus bill. They tried to make it as one bill. I think they would have split it, get out the help for the people first, then really figure out how to fix the businesses and the corporations.
Right.
Because if they can't take 1 month of hit, I'm sorry. I really, my personal opinion, they shouldn't be around.
I mean, small businesses are different. Like small businesses, like most small businesses, it takes a lot to grow and to like get there with the small businesses. And so big corporations, obviously, but small businesses are different. I think I think you got to be in that kind of situation when you're first getting started. A lot of the time when you're growing, like it's very easy to kill a small business. And so I think small businesses are a little bit different.
Yeah, I think they are different, but we always have to look at the debt that a small company has. I think there needs to be a standard of debt, and I think sometimes we don't have a standard of debt.
Right.
Our loaners just give out debt like it ain't no thing. And why? Why do they do this? That's because we save them every time.
All right, there we go. I had to fix my green screen real quick. No, 100%, and I think small businesses should have more protection than big corporations. I think Fortune 500 companies are going to be okay. I think it's the small ones that are really hurting from it, and I think that's who we ought to protect more than anything. And I think that's where most of the layoffs are coming from as well. Here's the bell, guys. Good luck, team.
At least in my eyes, sometimes consolidations of companies is actually a good thing. Companies coming together and becoming one versus always fighting each other and not going anywhere.
Right.
Like, I think some of the airlines will do this. They'll become like they used to. I don't know if you remember Continental Airlines.
Yeah.
That became that, and 3 companies became a different one.
I think United.
And so that's what I think United to come together, and then so stuff like that is what I expect to see.
Right.
Let's watch AAL at the opening here.
Yeah, Q. Oh, go ahead.
One of the most important ones, American Airlines.
SPY's up over 2050. It's at 2050.56 right now. We'll see what happens there, but we're over that previous closing price. Q, yeah, we went over the 3.2 million Americans in unemployment. We already did that, brother. Yeah, we'll see what happens with the market though. But I think that's going to give people hope. The voting for the stimulus package is going to be tomorrow. We're at markets push it up pretty big here. We'll see what happens. I like Mitch's level there, though. I think 150 might be a support level if we pull back, or if it breaks underneath, it might turn into resistance there, just because that was a big level from pre-market. As you can see, that 150 right here. Let me remove this arrow.
Looking for quick pullbacks here in AAL. It looks strong here, but I'm expecting a quick pullback, trying to trap some longs, and then I'll try to get in. AAL.
We almost got 300 people here, guys. Make sure to smash that subscribe button, hit that like button. We day trade live on stream every weekday morning for free on YouTube. Looks like they finally gave us our views back. What's up, Sean?
Hey, guys. I'm going to put in the asset correlation website again. This is the website that you guys can look for correlations. Look at the AAL breakout. That's a good one to trade today, guys. The plain stocks are going to be fun to trade today. LUV, I'll look at. That's a market leader. The one that has the less debt problems is LUV. Another one to watch is Maxar. Maxar had made a so you guys can keep an eye on that one.
You broke up a little bit just now. You might have to restate that.
Yeah, Maxar was one of the biggest movers yesterday, so that's why it's on my watch list also, guys. That's MAXR, aerospace company.
All right, so here's the pullback to 2050. Let's see if it holds as support or if it breaks underneath it and holds as resistance. AMD's actually breaking lows right here, or at least trying to. Hey, shout out to my man Playing for the sub. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the sub, man. All right, here's that test. We'll see what happens here. If it breaks underneath it, it's going to look weak. I might short into a few moves if we get that break. I'm going to start off with small size, though. But I'm gonna wait for that low of the day break at 249 if we do get some weakness.
250's rejection. This is what I expected to see right out the open. A shot to 250, and then the agos to start hitting this thing. Let's see if we get it. I like how AMD went down there significant amount. Can look for a VWAP reject in that one, but I don't like shorting the tech sec. This is the strongest sector in all this coronavirus worries, is the tech sec.
MFA is halted. Yeah, I saw. You see a TLRY, Mitch? It's down to like It's down to like $4, man.
All right, one that I'm looking at is CGC. I'm looking for another rejection here, and seeing if it's going to start pulling back significantly here.
All right, so we did bounce at that 250 level. Like I said, we might get. We'll see what happens here. S&P bouncing a little bit. Gotta wait.
Let me see. CGC is going to try 60s here. Let's see if it holds.
Hey, good luck. What's up, Marcus? What's up, bro?
AAL dropping.
We got over 300 people in here, so remember, guys, hit that like button, help support us. Hit that subscribe button. We do this for free every day. So hit that.
All right, guys. If you guys think the market's going to rebound, AAL is getting there towards a VWAP bounce play. I personally don't have that view, so I'm going to hold off here, but great VWAP bounce play potential there. $17 on the move up. It's around 1620s right now. Risk to me would be down closer towards this 580s, 1580s, 16s. CGC pushed above that 60. This guy president got short on TLRY. Yo, did you see Beyond Meat below 50 now? It's in the 40s, man. All right, AAL at that VWAP bounce play.
All right, sorry guys, I had to mute it and yell up to my kids, make sure they're getting up. All right, so I think we're actually getting, we're getting a high of the daybreak right now in the S&P 500. I might scalp into a few of these moves here on like AMD or MU. We'll see though. I gotta catch it. I'm gonna try to put it up.
We got that VWAP bounce play right there in AAL. So hope someone grabbed it at that VWAP.
All right, so yeah, there's the high of the daybreak in the SPY here.
All right,
man.
Top movers for me on the plus side are Square, AMRN, and looks like Snap is also having a good day.
All right, I jumped in AMD with 200 shares. Ooh, I'm getting a quick pullback. I'm gonna let this work a little bit, see if we get a squeeze up there. But I'm anticipating maybe a market drop, but holding it tight. Just gonna see if that holds, if the market runs up, what we're gonna get here. I'm gonna get out here. I didn't like it right there, so $18 loss, very small. I'm watching the market here, and I really would have liked to catch that previous move there. And so we'll see, but I would have liked to catch the first move when the SPY broke the high of the day, but still very small. We're going to come back and maybe think about this on the upside after that.
My boy Justin made 30% on BYND. I should have too, man. Congratulations.
Users on airlines. Yeah, what's up, Marcus? It's been a while, bro. Good to see you, man. Alright, so here's AMD. I might just do a little feeler trade here with 100 shares, but it just depends on if I think the market's going to bounce at that previous high of the day, which is right around here. So if I think the market's going to bounce here and bounce off the previous high of the day, I could effectively go long in AMD, but it's not. And so the market's actually breaking below. If we get above that previous high of the day, that's when I'm going to consider it, which is right now. Oof.
JB, stick to those rules. You're doing great today. go ahead and
did I freeze?
close it down. Enjoy the show. Just watch us on YouTube. Close down the charts, close down your platform, and enjoy the show. There's nothing wrong with that. I've had to do that plenty of times. You make your profit immediately, and that's your goal. There's nothing wrong with ending the day.
I'm in with 150 shares of AMD here. Market turned around. I'm still trying to scalp these moves. We'll see what we get. It's just 150 shares. I'm gonna try to take half off. My computer's lagging a little bit, honestly. I'm gonna take half off there. Hold this last 75 shares. See if we get a bigger move up here. That's all I'm doing. I'm gonna wait for the move to hollow out a little bit.
This is when I start looking to see if we're gonna get these reversals, looking for triple tops, double tops, stuff like that to show me signals of weakness at the top.
I ended up getting out. Just saw the market reject there, and so kept it break even, almost exactly break even.
AAL heading down there to 16s, guys.
All right, so here's the big level in the SPY right here. And so I think this level is going to be the most important level right now, which is right where it's at, kind of right here. Look at this. So this 252 support, I think that's going to influence everything. I'm going to get in with 100 shares of AMD and just anticipating the SPY possibly bounces there. And I'm going to keep it pretty even, and I'm not going to be risking that much just because the range is pretty small. But if the SPY bounces here, it breaks the high of the day, then I'm going to be able to kind of ride this thing up and still with small size to protect myself some.
Remember, 255s is so vital because there was so much sell volume at that level. AAL so
half off there. Alright, so I'm gonna hold this last little 50, see what happens with it. We're getting a high of the day break in the SPY right now, so I should be able to ride this up depending on what AMD does here. Notice I'm watching the SPY, not really AMD, but more so the SPY.
Alright, I want to see AAL try to get to 16 here and hold it. If it swings back around through 625s, that's when we can go long. We need to see it create a triple bottom here at 16. If not, it can crack and move down to 1580s. So that's why I'm letting it create that triple bottom versus trying to jump in here.
I got out there. I'm noticing my charts are a little out of whack.
All right. Nice little downturn there in AMAT. I'm going to keep an eye on this one. I want this one to reject off 4650 and start heading down to 46.
And so it's been a pretty break-even day overall. There's the SPY break under this big level. Like I said, this 252 level was crucial, and there's the break underneath it. So next thing we're going to do is look to see if it holds as resistance or not. And like I said, I think Mitch and I are in agreement with the next biggest level underneath this being 250.
100%. Another thing that's been really helping me, guys, is keep the SPY on a bigger time frame. Helps you see the support and the resistance that's really there, not just the intermediate ones.
I turned $800 into 5K the past 2 weeks. Had to
Big drop there. Big drop there, guys. All right, probably gonna start taking shots here as we start seeing some stocks drop here. I like LUV. All right, 41s.
All right, so there we get the bounce on the SPY, and again, I think a big level here is this 252 level. I think that's what it's battling right now. I'm gonna wait until we get some big momentum to trade anymore. So like, if we get a big move up, high at the day break, I'm gonna go long in a few stocks. We get a big drop, Lower the day break, I'm going to go short. But it just depends. I'm going to wait for that big SPY volatility, that big market volatility before I decide to trade anymore. And so I'm just essentially just going to wait here. We're getting a lot of chop right now. Market's slightly up on the day, but we're pretty sideways, honestly. So I'll see what we get, but I'm just going to wait.
I missed that bounce there for LUV. Wanted to take a VWAP reject trade.
Alright, we got 340 people in here, guys. So we finally got our views back. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We day trade live on stream every single weekday morning for free right here on YouTube. So hit that sub button if you haven't already. Click the like button if you want to help support us. We got 65 likes. We got 340 people in here. And so let's bring those numbers up. I appreciate the love, guys. We're going to keep day trading for the next few hours. So hit that sub button.
Okay, big drop there for Maxar. I'm expecting another a drop here for Space.
Alright, so we have built up a support level here as well. Right here at 251.50, which is another kind of half and whole dollar level. We'll see what happens there now.
CGC pulling back here, guys.
Alright, market's coming back down. Held that 252 level as resistance now. You draw that out here.
Oof. Big order just went through on CGC.
AMD looks like a triangle right now. A little bit of a symmetrical triangle, actually. I think the market's going to influence it, but for now, doesn't look bad. Appreciate the sub, Willie. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man.
Looking for 60s or 65s here to get short for VWAP rechecked on CGC.
Hey, thanks, Tyler. Thank you, brother. Shout out to Jeffrey. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Yeah, we finally are back to our former glory with views. YouTube's, if the reason we've been slower in views the last few days is because they had to lower their bandwidth, you know. And so it negatively affected us. I emailed them, so hopefully they got this working.
Drops coming, guys. MU starting to get lower here. You're going to start seeing test the supports. One that's interesting, if the market keeps going up, is Square. Look at that long-term VWAP bounce. I tried to attack one of these yesterday. Was only able to make $30, but Square has beautiful, beautiful up moves and then pullbacks.
Alright, here's the market pulling back. Like I said, Mitch and I are both on the same level with this 250 point. We're going to watch this 250 level, see if it holds as resistance or support. S&P pulling back some. Roughly the same type of level on the S&P 500 is at 2,500. Or it's at 2,505 actually. So we're going to watch that here as well. Again, this is going to influence a lot of different stocks. And so if the SPY breaks that level, or if AMD breaks that level, or if the SPY breaks that level, I might short into AMD, and, you know, we'll see.
I'm looking to get in CGC and also get in LK, possibly here.
Appreciate the sub, my man, AJ. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Looking for 65s on CGC at risk 75.
Right, so here's the test and the SPY. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a bounce there. Back up, so definitely choppy today, sideways, especially if the 250 level holds. Let me get this exact level so it's a little bit clear. This is 250 right here. So especially if this level holds as support, you know, we might get some chop. You know, that means we're going up to the highs, back down to the lows, up to the highs.
Crazy day today. Alright guys, might get filled here for CGC. Trying to get filled here at 65s.
Alright, so we're bouncing at that 250 level. sideways market for most stocks. If you look at them, they're going up to the highs, back down to the lows, up to the highs, back down to the lows. And so just sideways right now.
Reject play. I'm short a little bit of CGC.
I don't hate that one. That one doesn't look terrible. A lot of the time, we'll test that low of the day in the SPY in the overall market, and then we'll bounce a little bit, and then we'll get rejected and come right back down and break the low of the day. So I think with that, the market might be favorable for you here too.
Watch LK. We have 3 tops at 29.14. That's really my watch that I'm looking right now. If it gets above that, this could squeeze out. Rejection from there, I think this could come back down to the 28.40s.
All right, so the SPY is actually testing that previous resistance level at 252 now. Same level I documented earlier, so we'll see if it gets rejected there this time.
All right, guys, might have to get out of CGC here. It's getting up towards my risk here. Above 75 gets me out.
My man, Gorilla, appreciate the sub, bro.
Good rejection there, guys. Nice rejection there also for LK.
All right, SPY got rejected.
Taking LK.
SPY got rejected at that 252 level. And so that's going to drag a lot of stuff down. And like I said, a lot of the time the SPY will test that low of the day and then bounce back and then get rejected as well. And that's what we're seeing here. So the next stop is that previous low of the day at 250. We'll see if the SPY breaks that now as well. But yeah, if you look at the 252 level on SPY, you'll see same level I talked about, exactly a rejection at that point. And so the next range level is 250. See if we break that now.
There you go, guys. Nice rejection there off the trend line for LK, and then a quick sweep right back down. A little part of me wanted to take this trade also, but it's very hard to take 2 trades at the same time. I'm still working on that skill.
All right, a lot of stocks dropping. Like I said, SPY breaks this level. Here, go ahead.
AMAT also, VWAP rejects. Look for those VWAP rejects right now. I'm seeing them work out. Look at AMRN, VWAP reject. Also, LUV, VWAP reject. Oh, look at MU, VWAP reject. All right, so now I want to see quick down move in the SPY to create that full range that we talked about. The SPY loves to do these full range moves right now. So that's what I'm gonna look for. Full range.
Took a little bit of a loss in AMD. SPY just bounced at that low of the day and held it as support again. And so with that, it's okay. I'm down like $39, which is still small. I'm going to wait for that actual break here, and then we'll see what we get. But maybe it faked me out, but SPY bounced again at that low of the day. I was expecting it to break. If I made a mistake there, I think I probably jumped in a little bit early, and I should probably wait for the actual low of the day break and maybe a resistance test before I jump in on stuff like that.
If you guys are still looking for plus side moves, space looks interesting at VWAP.
Alright, so SPY's actually bouncing at that 250 level. Again, the next range level here is that 252 point.
I like that move right there. Looking for a move in the 60s right now, a little wick, and then I'm gonna add. All right, just added a little bit. Got to hold to 75.
All right, so market's squeezing up, testing that 252 level I talked about earlier. Again, if you're watching the SPY, and which is the market, 252, big level. And so it's pulling back to test it now. And yeah, so far it's a pretty choppy day. We're going up and down and up and down. And so I'm going to wait until we get a confirmed breakout here, or breakdown for that matter.
All right.
But
Be careful with 75s here. There's 76 about to get out.
What's up, Adam? Small day, down like $39 or so. Pretty small. All right, so SPY broke over that 252 level, which is a big level here. Now next thing to watch is to see whether it holds that level of support now at 252 on the SPY.
Yep. I'm gonna look for stocks to do a little push up here.
So here's that 252 level. There's the break of it. Next step is the high of the day here. But again, very choppy sideways day right now. You can just see this is the, let me remove all of these drawings here on my chart, and you can just kind of see, like, look at this range right here. This is a very sideways range. And so like if we look at the trend, just a very sideways trend. We're actually breaking highs of the day right now though. So maybe we're going to get some accompanying moves. There's the high of the day break. I'm going to wait until we get a firm break. I jumped in with 100 shares of AMD, just a little feeler position right now. It's not going to be a huge position, and it's just in case the market starts to really rip here, I can hold on to a little bit and maybe make a little bit of money. If it goes against me, it's pretty small. And so we're just watching the SPY here. Next step is to see if the SPY actually holds that previous high of the day as support now. That previous high of the day in the SPY is right here at 252s. Okay, so we're getting a push up, which should be good for me. We'll see if we break a high of the day again, which should pull AMD up at least some. We're trying. There's the SPY pushing up, breaking highs again. Should be great for me, but we'll see. Still
AL looking strong.
There's 90s. I'm gonna give it the whole dollar test.
Looking for a pullback a little bit here.
I'm gonna take half off here at $13 in profit. Just hold 50 shares so I can really let this work without being too stressed out. It's just a small trade right now. Watching the SPY's volatility here. We're gonna see if we can test 46 in AMD, which is where the next resistance level is. That's why I'll take the rest off if we get it.
255s I feel will hold up. So be careful, guys.
Put on some music. Market ripping here. Looks good. Looks strong. I'm gonna get out the rest break even, I guess. But AMD's just not following it. I don't like that rejection below the VWAP either. So I'm just gonna take the rest off. Made a little bit of profit, but kind of a break-even scalpy kind of day for me, which kind of goes in conjunction with what the market's actually doing. I might look for a different pair stock as well because AMD is not following the SPY super close. So I'm gonna move on to something else, I think.
All right, trying to get an LUV with 50 shares here. Trying to get short at 41. It might not let me. Let's see if we can get it.
Market breaking highs again. Market's testing 254s.
Stock been doing well since my Monday call out. Duke up more than $14 from our long term.
Made a little bit on CGC, holding 100 shares left. Got him at 200. Took profits already once. Gonna hold the rest break even. Yeah, I'm gonna get out there. Slightly made a little bit of money on it, but try to scalp these moves. Luckily, I'm keeping it pretty light and tight on the day. Nothing too crazy for me yet. Just kind of getting in my zone a little bit. Yesterday, the open, I had a few losses, or one loss maybe, and then I kind of started to get into my groove a little bit later on. So I'm just going to hang out, wait for some volatility in the SPY, see what we get. Glad I got out of CGC there, though.
Seeing some drops now.
Yeah, market's pulling back to test that previous high of the day right now. So it's at 252.70, so roughly around 253 is where that previous high of the day is. My man, Tent, appreciate the sub, bro. Thanks for it, bro. Welcome to the team, man. Hit that subscribe button and like button, team. Let's get that number up to over 100 today, guys. We could easily do that. Hit that subscribe and like buttons if you haven't. Alright, SPY's pulling back to test that previous high of the day. Here, if you want to pour me some, you can. Yeah.
Do you want milk or no?
No, I should be fine. Hey, go ahead.
Starter put on there, okay.
Appreciate the sub, Leo. Welcome to the team, man. Thanks, brother.
Looking to increase for sure. It's a big bidder there at 28.90s. Interesting one to watch will be AMD as it's been collecting so much. All right. So AMD, I'm starting to like off of 89s. It's a good risk off of that level. Big bid here at 28.91s. Let's see if it knocks it down significantly. That's what we would want to see. A quick down move when that volume goes through there.
Look at CGC. Huge rip.
Look for AMD to lead. All right, I think we'll get one more push and then I'll see the collapse. So that's what I'm just trying to stick to right now.
All right, there's the test of the high of the day in the market.
AAL making its way a little bit above VWAP. You guys can keep an eye on that one.
I'm holding 50 shares at Disney here. Made a little bit, kind of going back and forth with a few different trades. But I'm going to hold this and let it test that high of the day, see if we get a bigger rip here. And if not, just get out the rest break even or so.
Looking for 29.14s to add for LK. For right now, we're just sticking with our 50 shares because it minimizes our risk and gives us an entry.
Seeing a lot of stuff push up. There's the market rip. Breaking highs of the day.
Remember, 255 is right there, guys. Big resistance right above it.
Might get out the rest of my Disney here for on the 60s. Yeah, I got out the rest there. Still down a little bit, but just trying to scalp. Been keeping it pretty close to break even today. Hey, nice, Joseph. Congrats, brother. Nah, man. I think TLRY's got a... I don't know what the float is on TLRY. I have to look. But hey, listen, man, it's nobody's fault. One trader can change a trade. Mitch used to always talk about that, and it's true. Sometimes trade doesn't work out. Sometimes you do everything right, and the stock just doesn't go for you, brother.
Yeah.
You know,
One of the keys that ask yourself is, did you trade your strategy? If you did that, just be happy, bro.
Right, for sure. And you know, sometimes you're going to do everything right and you're still going to lose. Best thing you can do is just use risk management. You know, don't trade beyond your means. Trade small. You know, only risk what you're willing to lose.
I couldn't say it better, man.
You know.
Wise words, guys. Listen to those. I've been talking about it in the Discord that these are times where you start small. You do not just go as massively big on your first position because a lot of fake outs are happening. So you want to keep those minimal losses so that when you do get in a nice win, you get a good one, like I did yesterday. My wins were $174 and $100. My losses were $30, 36, and 32. You see how that kind of makes sense there, guys? And as long as you can stay to that, at least you can do what John and I talk about, which is probability. Probability is the game, guys.
Right, 100%. Yeah, I think yesterday I had all of my winners yesterday were bigger than my losses, and so I think that's what Mr.'s going for. Is you want to keep your losses smaller than your wins, obviously. And it might sound simple, but it actually boils down to using favorable reward and risk levels in your trades and using good ratios. If you use your good ratios, you'll be okay. All right, there's the 255 break. We're up to 255.20s now, so we're actually
ready. So now is when I can put it on a 1 minute, because I'm okay. I'm looking for the reversal swing, at least in my eyes. A breakout through 256 would get me out of all short positions.
We're up to 255.50. That might be a resistance level there. No, we're up to 255.60.
All right, guys, I'm going to look for a little push into 29s here, and then I'll try to get short off of that 29.14 risk. One you can watch, I think it's important, is AAL. If that one just rips through 17 right now, I think we can start seeing a plus day in the airlines. Could create a resistance though right here at 16.15.
Alright, market's up to 255.65s now. Just actually broke over that $half level up to 75s. Running up to 255.80. Kind of wish I would have held a little bit of Disney for this push, but it's alright. Trying to find stocks that are following the market. Alright, so we got a rejection at 256. Next step to see is if it holds 255 as support or if it breaks under it.
I'm glad I called out that VWAP bounce for Square. I hope someone got it, man. That's a beautiful, beautiful, like $2 or $3 VWAP bounce.
Yeah, that one
with
does
about
look pretty.
30-cent risk. That would have been beautiful.
Hey, nice president. Yeah, that one did look good.
That Square is, if you guys are new to the channel, brand new, and you want to know one of our best strategies, it's exactly what happened in Square today. It's as good as it gets too. It's really pretty with a nice support underneath it. So, really cool trade there.
Hey, appreciate the sub, AT. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man. Welcome to the team, bro.
There we go. Looking good on my trade now. I'm looking for a last minute spike up to add here. I got a good rejection off the top there for the SPY. Let's start seeing if that resistance is going to hold here.
Yeah, I think for the SPX, for the S&P 500, I think it's got a big resistance level at 250, or a big support level at 2,555, and then another one at 2,552. But if it breaks under those levels, it would look pretty weak, and probably will help you. I'm looking at CGC, but the spread's just no bueno for me right now, man. I don't like the spread. And it's not really following the market super close either. Market's moving up, CGC's moving down. And so we're testing that 255 level, big level here.
Yeah, CGC tested at a 0.44 correlation for the SPY. Not that big.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you, Square tested close to 0.6. That's pretty close.
Yeah.
Anything over 0.5, you can start trying to say that it's correlated. What you were looking for is in the 0.7s. That's extremely highly correlated.
Right.
How's the oil game today? That was a big watch for me.
SQ. Yeah, Tiny got you. SQ. Oil. Let me see.
You see, it's, at least from my eyes, oil is looking like it's trying to squeeze here. This would be a good sign. If it does squeeze, I think we could get a rip in the SPY. If we don't get a squeeze in it, I think we could also get that pullback.
Yeah, it's about break even from where it opened up today. It hasn't really done too much.
Yeah, that's whenever I see those break even ones, I'm like, are there bag buyers? That's what I'm thinking.
Right. All right, so here's the SPY moving back up. SPY testing that 255 again, pulling back. Still kind of testing and battling that 255 level. No, I'm using my Tefs account, Tony.
Be careful, the spread opening up here for LK. I think we're gonna get a test here of the resistance for the SPY. MU at VWAP. That one's interesting. I like a fade possibility for MU. Okay, just cracked there a little bit for me. I'm gonna leave that trade alone. All right, looking for 28s to risk off of 38s for MU. Watch the volume, guys, that collects in the ETF here.
Alright, just nailed another quick scalp on Disney. About break even on the day, only down about $5 now. $7.
Job done.
What's up?
Good job.
No, thanks, man. Yeah, so I caught the SPY testing that high of the day. I knew we'd get a little bit of a short-term push in Disney, so I jumped in and out within like a minute, maybe.
Big spike here in MU. Watch to see if it breaks through 44.50.
Yeah, so the SPY is testing the previous high of the day. So the previous high of the day is at 255.70s. We're at 255.70, 80s now. So we're actually breaking the high of the day, or at least trying to right now. Next stop is 256. Maybe we should have held a little bit of Disney because they just broke highs of the day too. But it's alright. Scalping style is working best for me, so we're keeping it pretty easy.
Looking for 30s here, if I can get it for MU. Saw a nice rejection on 44.40s. That's where I'll risk off of.
We are using TAFs and TradeNet. Alright, so there's AMD. I'm getting curious about AMD and SQ, but I'm going to see if we get a little bit stronger move up here. Hey, we broke 100 likes, so I appreciate that, team. Alright, so there's the SPY breaking highs of the day. We're at 256.80s now. Next stop is 257. SPY getting strong here.
MU getting weak. That's why I'm considering it, but it's definitely getting tough to judge right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Huge bid put on at 44.20s there, 298. Look at that knockdown. Yeah, big knockdown for me. And LU and MU. A lot of sizing just went through.
All right, we're up to 257 or 256.90s, testing 257 now in the market. There's 257 break.
Missed my entry there for MU, which was 30s off of 40s.
Big drop in SQ. Kind of looking maybe for a long on this dip. SPX breaking highs, so we got a rejection at 257s. We're at 256.80s now for the SPY.
All right, guys, anything in the 90s, I'm going to try to add here and then hold off at 29s.
Maybe that was my time for SQ. Did buying that. We'll see if I get a better entry here. I don't hate this right here, actually. I'm going to get in with 100 shares of MU, or of SQ. Ooh, I'm going to get out immediately right there. I don't like that drop. Maybe I'll consider it if we bounce at the whole dollar of 256 in the SPY.
MU is a really good trade there, guys. I only wanted to risk 10 cents there. Got a little hesitant and missed the big move there in MU. Just a nice fade there, guys. Nice rejection. All right, guys, that's it now. I've seen that rejection on LK, so it can't go above 29 now for me. Can start adding here. AAL, watts at 17. That's so vital. So vital.
Got out a little bit of SQ, just kind of scalping this move. Holding 50 shares left. Gonna hold this in case the market starts to really rip. I should be able to profit some from it. Problem with SQ is the spread right now.
I think the best one also, AMD held really well today.
Yeah, it's following the market pretty close. Gonna hold the rest of this break even, see if we get a $half break. Ideally, I'd like the SPY to pull up and break this high here, but I don't think we're gonna get it. Level 2's all out of whack for Thinkorswim, so I kind of gotta watch it on TEFs. There's a bounce in the market, should bounce SQ back up. My man Joseph, I appreciate the sub, bro. Welcome to the team, man. Thank you for that subscribe, brother.
I have a Harmy on the 5 minute there at the top there.
Ooh, I'm gonna get out the rest here. Keep it break even. But yeah, I appreciate that, Joseph. Thank you for becoming a member, man. Shout out to Joseph for becoming a channel member. Much love, brother. Appreciate that, man. He's an OG. He's been here for a long time, so thank you for becoming a member and supporting us, brother. I appreciate it. Alright, so it looks like I got out of SQ at the right time. I could also try to play the whole dollar bounce. But I think people are going to be buying. It's tough. It's tough right here. I'm going to wait.
Gotta be careful. Huge sizing at 29.10 there for LK. Just added a tiny bit there. Let's see if these resistances are gonna start holding here. Because if it breaks out, we gotta get out. There's that 29.10s, huge sizing there. Really be careful here.
Alright, SQ big pullback. Maybe gonna pull back to the view up here. Might be good. I'm also looking at Disney.
Oof, breakout there, guys, on LK. That's squeezed. The trap is real. Fuck. And you trade well.
Sorry, my son is yelling at my wife right now. I am scalping Disney here. Only 100 shares left. Gonna hold the whole dollar instead. Sorry, my son's acting up. Hold on, I gotta mute myself. All right, I made looks like I made about $82 on Disney just now. Sorry, I had to mute it. My son was screaming. And so up on the day now, up a small $32, but green is green, and I'll take it. We'll see what else we can find today, but
Alright guys, taking a little bit of a risk here, trying to short the top AMAT. I'm seeing breakouts in some stocks, so I might get just squeezed out immediately. Yeah, getting squeezed. Gotta be careful right here. Anything above 47.16 is just gonna get me out. This is 16s, gotta be careful here. About to get out. I'm out. Got squeezed out. Definitely that resistance just playing games with us.
just to show you my trade real quick, guys. AMD holding 300 shares. I'm gonna take another half off and just hold 200 or 100 left and just let AMD work here. Took a loss on Disney and then got it back on AMD. I'm gonna let the last little bit work. See what we can get. Break even day so far. I mean, I'm fighting, but you know. Watching the market, which is the last 20 minutes or so, has been just kind of sideways in Chop City. I'm gonna take half off there again just to protect it. Hold 50 shares, let this do whatever, doesn't matter. If the market rips up, it should be beneficial, but if the market doesn't, I'm still gonna be pretty calm here and relatively mild with this one. See if we can break that 60 high of the day in this one.
One that I was gonna watch on the downside because it had so much upside when all this was going on was JD. And it did a good VWAP reject.
Here's AMD's high of the day test. It's at 46.57. High of the day is at 46.60. Like I said, I mean, it's not going to be a losing trade, but I don't like that rejection there. I'll give it one more second and then I'm going to jump out. Yeah, I'm out. Just going to keep my $20 in profit right now.
It's just sitting at the resistance. Just sitting there.
I was really thinking about that SQ bounce just a second ago, down at 57.50, but missed it.
I think the big ones to watch here is going to be the airlines. If the airlines just get a huge volume boost, you can probably see the spot just jump up there. It's the biggest hit industry, so.
Hey, I appreciate that, Joseph. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that, man. How many people trading right now? I mean, I'm trading, but it's Chop City, man. Yeah, Scott for sure, 100%. Yeah, it's just every day's not going to be perfect and green. It's the middle of the week. You know, we're going to get some choppiness.
Yeah, that's why you gotta stay small right now. Stay small.
Yeah.
Find what works. Then you can go ahead and take a swing.
Yep.
Spot's pushing, it's trying.
Yeah, I just took a little position with 500 shares into AMD, sold half, selling the other half now, holding 100 shares left. I just switched it too. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to manage Mitch and I's trades, but there you go. Oh, Mitch isn't in anything. My bad, brother. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to hold this last 100 shares on these pushes. We'll see what we get here. Like I said, just like last time, I'm going to let AMD test this high of the day. And if it doesn't, I'm just going to jump out of the rest of it. Keep my profit. We keep getting the rejection there. Up 55 on the day now, though. Slowly fighting my way back. And this is kind of what I did yesterday. You can see a bunch of small losses, big win. We'll see what else we got. But I'm trying to, you know, fight back here. But yeah, up a measly 55 bucks. I need a quick day trade. What y'all got? I mean, I'm not gonna force it. I don't know nothing. I'm scalping, so it's kind of hard to relay what my thoughts are with scalping because they happen so fast. Yeah, good thing I got out of AMD there. Too much resistance built up at 4660. We have a quadruple top there now, which is not what I'm really wanting to get into. So I avoided that. I'm sure the market is dropping. Yep, there's the market drop. So why I'm scalping today. Let's find some new music while we hang out here. What we got? What kind of music y'all feeling right now? We got some beats.
Thinking about a fade on MU, but really being hesitant here. Starting to notice it, so might just call it a day. But I like the MU there at VWAP, but I keep not taking the trade, and it's probably about the third chance that I get to take it. So.
All right, SPY pulling back to that 255 level. We'll see if it holds support here. If we get a bounce, we'll see what happens. But Chop City, Chop City.
That's for sure.
Chop City, babe. You know. Lil Boosie? I would if I could, but I can't. You know. I actually like Webby more than I like Boosie. Not even his most well-known song, but like I like Webby's old stuff that y'all probably haven't ever heard of. I like Webby a little bit better. I actually really liked Lil Fat before he got murdered in 2010.
All right, guys, I'm gonna look for some oil news. I feel like the oil is starting to jump here. Oil could push this market up.
What did y'all think of that last song that was playing? Was it too distracting?
So supposedly Michael Pompeo, U.S. Secretary of State, is applying verbal pressure on Saudi Arabia. See if there's anything else. They're trying to make it seem, they're telling the guy from Saudi Arabia that he can step up and save the world. I love the politics.
No pressure, you know.
Step up, save the world.
No pressure, you know.
Yeah, it's like, who would answer that and be like, no, I want the world to just go to
Yeah,
the
right.
trash.
They know what they're doing, man. Yeah, 100%. You know, no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure, no
It's
pressure.
on you to save the world, but you know, no pressure at all, sir.
Yeah.
Alright, we're getting another little surge in AMD. I'm looking at SQ. That one's the most interesting to me. Honestly, guys, it's hot. I'm gonna go change my shirt because it's hot. I'm
I
not
feel
gonna do
it too, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put it. I'm not gonna do it in front of y'all as much as the chat would
Oh,
like to
come
see
on,
that.
man.
I know, man. I know. I gotta.
I was
hurt
pulling
y'all's
up the
feelings.
YouTube.
I know. Hey, bro. You know, somebody's about to clip that, but no, I'll be right back, guys.
All right, LK now crashing, guys. I might start chasing this one just because I've been trying to nail it. Been watching it for a while. I'm looking for a bounce, but it might just completely trash out. One that's also struggling, ENPH. Man, missed that chance, that last little bounce here. And okay, I liked it. Han, I use a couple. My biggest thing is I always try to double check. If I find a news article or something that I feel is valuable, I go ahead and I copy the title, put it in Google, and make sure that someone else supports that thought also, not just one source. Missing today. MU, man. Look at those fades there. Those VWAP rejects.
Oh damn, man, I'm muted the whole time. But no, what I was saying is that I had to change because we had contractors here and we had moisture leaking through our roof. We had a leak in our roof this past 3 days. And so a contractor had to come here and put a dehumidifier in here that makes it super humid in this room. And there's super humid in this room. and so they're sucking all the moisture out of the air. And in turn, it's hot in this room. So.
All right, guys, looking at a VWAP reject here. Just took a starter. Gonna look to add here. If I can get a rejection here off of the 40s.
Just took half off of Disney, scalping this high of the day break in the market. Gonna hold the rest, roughly break even if I can.
51's my risk right now, guys.
Might be getting out the rest here. Yeah, I got out the rest there. I held the rest break even, so a quick little scalp there on Disney. I'll take it, but just kind of seeing what we can work with here. But yeah, last like 3-4 trades have been green. Been slowly kind of fighting my way back from the hole I dug in myself this morning.
Alright, gotta watch that 50s. Watch out, it might get squeezed here.
I got faked out.
Might get squeezed. Not looking good right here. All right, one more rejection off 50s and then below VWAP and I'll add.
And remember guys, today is the last sale of the TradeNet intro package. You can get a TradeNet intro package for $375 right now. And so, you know, the sale's going to only be lasting until the end of the day today. If you're interested in using the same platform as us, I'll post this link. It allows you to actively day trade once you're approved with no PDT rule, and I think it's a huge benefit for new traders. You know, most of the time a new trader ends up virtually saving up thousands of dollars to day trade. Usually a new trader is going to lose their first few accounts, but with TradeNet you can eliminate some of that risk. You can get started for really cheap, $400, really $375 during the sale. It comes with a course to get started, a demo account to practice on, access to their chat room for a few weeks so you can kind of, you know, check it out. And then once you're approved for the funded account, you get to day trade actively with 14,000 in buying power, no PDT rule, and you can actually short stocks. It operates like a prop firm, and so you can withdraw your money once per month, and there's a 70-30 split. And so if you make $1,000 net in your $14,000 account, you get to keep $700, they keep $300, but again, they're the ones supplying you with $14K in buying power for less than $400. There's also a $700 max loss, but again, I think it's the cheapest way a new trader can get involved in the market. It's going to save new traders money because, again, to be fair, I think most new traders especially, are going to lose these accounts. But with TradeNet, you're risking $375. For the rest of this day, it's $375. And with other platforms, especially to be able to short, you got to put in like at least $4 or $5 grand. And so you're saving money here, and I think it makes a lot of sense for a new trader especially.
Yeah, guys, one of the best things of TradeNet is also that you can trade both sides. Too many traders are stuck only going long. On some days it's definitely beneficial, but some days it could definitely hurt you to have that bias. So definitely check out someone that can help you trade. The great things that I really think of TradeNet are the low commissions, trading both sides, and trading my strategies. You know, too many traders are kind of limited to, let's say, even penny stocks. You can trade these bigger stocks. All you have to do is just get lower share size and understand the range. One of the great things I think TradeNet really gives you a benefit is to go ahead and focus purely on your system and not focus on, hey, do I need to get borrows and stuff like that.
Hey Mitch, scroll down a little bit, brother. I think K Giffer's asking to see your trade actually. I just realized you can barely see it.
I got you. 1 second. I'm gonna take some off here. want to pay myself a little bit here. Underneath 17, 13s.
And now the room is hotter. I do that, Gideon. I tend to do that, you know. How much tomorrow?
I got you right now.
It's probably gonna go back to $3.99 tomorrow.
All right. Took a little bit off there, guys, so I'm gonna fix this account for you. I just try not to look too much at Realize, guys. It would have put too much pressure when I saw those losses. I don't trade based on losses. All right, guys. Looking to take another 100 off here. All right, just took some off there, and now I'm leaving the rest break even.
Nice work, brother. Good risk reward today. If you guys see that, look at his losses versus his wins.
Next stop, 86s. Order out at 1688 to cover another 100.
My opinion. Hey, what's up?
You know, another VVIP reject, EMPH.
You want to see these guns, Austin? Well, you know, these guns right here, sir. That's right, man. You know, I'm Swole John over here. Nah, I'm actually skinny for the most part. What's up, Mike? What's up, brother? Hey, y'all go check out, if y'all want a cool channel, whenever the fights are on, when they come back, hopefully Habib versus Ferguson isn't canceled. If y'all want a cool channel to listen to commentary on the fights, or even if you can't watch the fight and you just want to listen to a live commentary of the fight, go check out my man MMA with Friends. Good dude, name's Mike. He knows a lot about MMA, and it's a really fun channel to listen to. So yeah, I'd consider it a favor. Go sub to my man MMA with Friends. Really good dude, and you know, like I said, if you're by yourself, like I know I can barely ever get my wife to watch the fights with me, and so it's definitely more entertaining for me to have somebody to listen to the fights with and watch them with, and he does it almost every single MMA fight. And so go check out my man MMA with Friends. Good dude. What's up, Mike?
All right, guys, got to be careful here. Don't want it to go past my number. If I need to get out and come back in, I'm more than okay with that. There's a big order here that could push it up. 200 on the bid. Be careful with that. There it is. You see how it scoops up? Too much pressure on the bid side there. It's 200 right here. It's holding it. I want to see if it just gets smacked through that 17.
Mike is MMA with Friends. Good dude. Yeah, it's hot in here, Kenny. Like I said, I had contractors here. So we got dehumidifiers in here, man. So it's hot. What's up, Advance? I appreciate the sub, bro. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it.
Guys. Definitely don't want it spiking over this. We'll have to get out.
Oh yeah, Mike, you should try to add music to your channel, brother. You can turn the music down. Like, you kind of hear how the music's playing. Go check out this website, Mike. I would have affiliate link, but I'm not going to worry about it. But yeah, check it out. Check out Epidemic Sound. It's royalty-free music. So, you know, it's music you can play on YouTube. It's a subscription service, but go check it out, man. Got to get that exercise since we're all in lockdown. Yeah, man. I mean, I haven't been exercising that much, to be honest. I haven't been to the gym in like 2-3 weeks, but, you know.
There's that big bidder. Look at that big bid right here. These are the orders I look out for, guys. Those are dangerous orders. Here we go. Let's see if the 17s get hit now. I want it past 35s, definitely on the top side. That would squeeze massively. So just gotta hold here. If it goes your way, it goes your way. If it goes against,
sorry.
no
I'm sorry,
fighting at
guys.
the moment.
My bad for interrupting you, Mitch. Sorry, I just realized that since I opened up a new page, the music was just blaring. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm sure some people are gonna leave after that. My bad, team. Let me know how the sound is now. I had to turn it down. It should be better now. Oh, what's up, Sticks? Let me see what your channel is, as long as you're not a competing channel. I got you.
Nice down action there in Max R. I'm pairs trading them with space right now. The sector. I'm looking at the sector.
Alright, I got you. Y'all go check out my man Sticks a Boom channel. His channel is all about crazy videos on Earth. Y'all go check him out. I don't know what that means, but y'all go check out my man Sticks a Boom. Yeah, for sure, and that's what you got to do, you know. But like I said, that's why I think Michael's channel is a really good niche, because it gives people something to do when they watch the fights. You know, it gives people something to do, and he's super knowledgeable about it. He's way more knowledgeable than I am. So like, he's a good commentator, and there's a lot of other people there that you can kind of hang out with and watch the fights with. So it's a cool channel.
Might have to come and join.
Yeah, man, it's a pretty dope. It's a dope channel. Pelosi is live right now.
Pelosi, no, don't change the market for me.
Oh, she's gonna influence it, brother. If you think she's not, man, you're crazy, bro. You know she's about to.
That resistance is holding, Pelosi. Don't ruin that resistance now.
Yeah, man. Let me see. I might have to mute everything just to. Oh yeah, she is speaking. Okay, let me listen to it. I'm gonna mute everything, guys. The music's gonna stop. I'm not gonna be able to talk. Mitch ain't gonna be able to talk. I'm gonna mute everything and listen real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. As you can see, I did nail a nice little trade on AMD there. Gonna sell the rest of this break even. I'm gonna get out the rest there. So up $130 on the day. Was able to kind of scalp that move over the $0.50 really quick. What I did was I noticed she was saying some very optimistic things. Aside from slamming the Republican Party, she was saying some pretty optimistic things, and I thought that might give us a nice little spike in some following stocks. And so I scalped AMD up 130 on the day. But yeah, she just to put it into perspective what she just said, she basically slammed the Republicans. The reason I don't like politics is because, you know, the Democrats were trying to sneak stuff into that bill as well. Completely irrelevant stuff into that bill. The Democrats were trying to put stuff too. Of course, the conservatives were trying to put in executive bonuses and all this nonsense as well, and they weren't necessarily taking care of the people as much as they could too. And so I have an issue with both parties at this time, and the fact that Nancy gets up there and just tries to act like it was one-sided and that the deal, it's taken so long to get the deal done because it was just the conservatives, it's just complete nonsense. It's both of them, I would say, fairly equally. And I think in the end, that's why I hate politics, is because none of them are objective. They all just take every opportunity they can to slam the other side. It's super divisive and just not good for our country, this two-party system, in my opinion. But with that said, I was able to make a nice little win there on AMD and profit from what she was saying. So it is what it is. You know, I can't get too upset. I'll put the music back on, you know.
John, tell us how you really feel.
I'm just saying, man. It just politics are completely ridiculous, man. It's absolutely absurd.
I agree with you, bro. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah. You know, and like I said, I don't shell for either side. I view both of them as evil in a lot of ways, and so it is what it is. But I profited. I gotta be happy, I guess.
All right, guys. I keep seeing a big trader in at 1720. I'm gonna respect that level and respect him. For my eyes, 26 would be his out. He doesn't want to get above that if he's short. So in my eyes, above 26 gets me out here, and I'm just gonna let it work. Because if the pressure is him shorting there, he shorted 20,000 shares, then he shorted 10,000 shares at 20s again. Another one that I'm seeing is a big order at 17. There's another 10,000 order that I'm looking to see if that one gets touched and just breaks through.
Yeah, I'm gonna start the beginner trading party. You know.
Let's do it.
Get my Nixon hands up. You know, the beginner trading party. You know. Yeah.
Yo, Mark.
But it's like, man, I hate politics, man. It's one of those things where I'm just kind of like, I do Drake hands, like, I don't like either side, man. They're all nonsense. You know, they're all super hypocritical when it comes to it, you know.
26 is coming, guys. Just watch out. There's a lot of volume starting to stack up there.
But yeah, guys, hit that subscribe button. We got almost 30 people in here, so smash that subscribe button. Click the like button if you haven't already. Show your support for what we do here. Oh, we got Mark Cuban in here, man. You know, I'm guessing this is Ray Ray with the name change. You know, what's up, Mark?
Yeah, so I was like, yo, Marky Mark in the house.
Oh, man. I should have held AMD on that last scalp, too. But the whole point of scalping is to kind of build up profits that way. This is my P&L on the day, just to show you guys if I can detach
Watch the SPY. Starting to rip here. Anything above this, I'm just going to step out. Good rejection there. Nice rejection.
Hey, no problem, boss. Hey, see ya, Adam. Later, brother. Stay safe, man.
There you go, good rejection there. So really what we don't want to see is the 1730s roll through, and then we want to see a push towards 17. $17.30s about to show up. what I like is if we could create a top right here, we'll definitely have a huge resistance. There's another order showing up there at the 20s, another 10,000 shares.
It was fate. It was fate, Alessio. It was fate. You know, Alessio says, I don't know how I got to this video. What am I looking at? You're looking at stock trading. You're looking at us trading stocks, day trading specifically.
So John, I got a question for
Yo.
the gig workers. I've never charged one of these little scooters, but I'm officially an employee from them. So does that mean I get an extra $600?
Wait, what?
So I'm gonna, you know these scooters that
Yeah.
are around?
Yeah, in big cities, yeah.
Yeah, you know how you can charge them and get paid, right?
How?
Yeah, you literally you pick them up, you charge them at your house, and you get paid.
What? How much you get paid? I'm about to go find me
Man.
some scooters. I ain't
It's-
got nothing
it's-
else to do.
It's very small amount, but for like times like this right now, it's a little bit slower. But in times where it's heavy, man, that thing you can make money. But the only thing is, you need a big car.
How
you
much
need to
per-
collect like
Right.
you need to collect like 20 of them.
Throw them things in the truck, man. Bring them home. How much per scooter? I'm curious.
All right, guys, we're gonna take some profit here in the underneath 16s.
Yeah, there you go. Looks good, man. How much per scooter though? Don't hold out this valuable info, Mitch. Come on, man. Let us know.
Well, it changes. It changes in times of demand.
Right.
But
Ballpark.
I say you get
Like $5, $10 scooter.
$5, $4 a scooter and for the night. And you think about it, you get like, 20, 30 scooters, and that's what people mainly do. And when you do more, they actually start giving you more because you become kind of
It's a scale.
a scalable, sizable kind of thing.
So
The one thing
go ahead.
The one thing that's interesting would be, would those employees get the extra $600?
That's not. Hey, listen. You get a big trailer, man. You get a big trailer. You throw them things in that trailer, man. You go home. You charge. You can make a few $100 a day just charging scooters. Easiest job ever. You know.
You know which one I think does this? The people that used to do metal. They're like, forget it, I'm going to scooters.
I get it too, man. I feel it. Man. I get it. It's
You
an
ever
easy
see
job.
those guys come around your neighborhood looking for all the metal?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Hey man, there was a 17. Remember that order? A 10,000 order? It held it up.
Nice. Mo says, "You finally did it, sir. Congrats." Hey, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I scaled up. Like I said, I've been wanting to scale up, man, and I finally did it. It took a while. I was just kind of getting the hang of it, where I figure the first few trades I take like 200 shares. It's all relative to the range. Like I was trading Disney today, and like 1 or 200 shares is like max for me on that. But like a stock like AMD, MU, I could take like 500 to 1,000 shares and just scalp that thing really quick and get in and out and be done. And you know, when the market calms down, I'll start taking some fades. But scalping's been working super well for me. Yeah. Is there a subreddit or any good online material I can learn from? Subscribe to my channel, Alessio, and then go to playlists and look for free day trading course. We've got like 30 classes, all free. We don't charge for anything. Like we're just a free resource and community here. So like we don't charge for anything. And so yeah, if you want to learn about it, just go check out our classes. There's also some good free content online as well, not just in our channel. We do it live so people can watch us do it every day. And you know, yeah, like I said, subscribe and then go check out our playlist. We got a bunch of free classes in that playlist, like 30 or so.
Okay, now I'm looking for the SPY to hold 256.63s.
Yeah, it's what's called day trading. Nah, I'm pretty sure the bill's gonna pass, unless Pelosi specifically said something negative about it. I think it's probably gonna pass. She sounded like it would pass. She said they were gonna do a bipartisan effort, and they got all this good stuff in there. And plus, so if she's supporting the bill, kind of pumping up what was in it, I'm sure the House will. And so I'm pretty sure it's going to pass tomorrow. You can never really know until it's actually done, but I'm pretty sure it will. Hey, thanks for the sub, Lewis. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Is that my Joe Dirte? Dirte? It's Dirte, you know. Scott is one of the mods we got here. Question, what are all the platforms you have open on the screen? So yeah, I got Trade Ideas. If anyone wants to check out Trade Ideas, those are the scanners you see. Super legit, customizable scanners. Allow you to do a lot of cool stuff. And one thing I really like about Trade Ideas is that you can actually kind of build you can build strategies around your scanners, right? And then vice versa. You can build scanners around your strategies. Something that I'm going to do is I'm going to make a scan for tomorrow that tells me when the SPY is pulling up close to the previous close. That way I'll know when it's going to be favorable to scalp. But yeah, I'm going to use Trade Ideas for sure with that. I'll create that tomorrow. But if you want to use them, check out this link.
Alright guys, gonna set a stop here and let this work here. It's either gonna crack big or just squeeze us out. So one of the things you gotta respect is just keeping to my break even now. Because if this breaks down from here, we should get a big move, big reward. So I'm just gonna stick in here, guys. Put my stop out there. Make sure that I'm not gonna get hurt if for any reason there's a major swing in the market. But I'm gonna let myself get a chance to make a big win here. Joseph says I take 250 shares per trade and I wait for new highs, new lows and highs generally to my target within 5 trades. Not bad, Joseph. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good plan. I like that too. I'm kind of doing the same thing, but more so I'm waiting for the market to confirm. Like I'm looking for big moves in the market itself, and then I'm trading stocks that follow the market close enough for me to scalp it quickly. You know, sometimes they lag a little bit behind the market, and I can jump in, scalp it, get 5-10 cents, get out. Like that's all I'm doing. Well, no, Mitch is in Denver. I am in Texas right now. So we're just conferencing with each other. You know, we work together every day. So.
Scott loved that scooter idea.
Make them profits, man. You know, get scooter rich. Get scooter
There's
rich.
There's one thing I've always talked about is you gotta have a hustle.
Right. 100%.
If you don't got no hustle, I mean, where are you at in this world?
Right, and now's the time to do it. You know what I mean? Like now's the time to get your hustle. Like if you're bored at home, you ain't got nothing to do, you ain't got no job, you know, and you ain't got shit to do. Sorry, I had to do it. Sorry for cursing, guys. You know, Friday's one of my favorite movies. Anyways, but if you don't have anything to do right now, learn something. Use Udemy. Go to Udemy. Learn something. Learn programming is what I'm working on. I'm building my programming skills. You know, I'm working on React. But figure out something to be productive during this time that you're staying home, especially if you're not working.
Yeah, like me. I taught my dog to play frisbee.
Super productive. Super productive, man.
Hey,
you know?
hey. She's gonna go to competitions.
Right. Hey, productivity is subjective, brother. It's subjective, man. You know, so what you might consider productive might, you know, so it's subjective. I'm not mad at you. Teach that dog. We had this dog, Rue, and my wife was pregnant with my son at the time, and Rue was a cool dog. We got him as a puppy, and I trained him to do everything. He could sit, shake, speak, all that stuff. My wife was allergic, and she was pregnant, so she hated him because he would like eat all her clothes and tear holes in the door, and so my wife hated him. And now he's living with my dad in Louisiana, and I went to see him the other day, and he lost all his tricks, man. He forgot all of it. You know, he doesn't know how to do anything now, man. He's just a
Yeah, that's how it
now.
goes.
You know?
That's how it goes.
Yeah. Can you explain the PDT rule? The PDT rule stands for the pattern day trading rule. It is a rule that the SEC places on U.S. regulated brokers that states if a trader has less than $25,000 in equity in their account, they're only allowed to day trade 3 times per rolling week. Okay, so if you have less than $25,000 in your account, you can only day trade 3 times a week, which is an absolutely ridiculous rule. And the reason it's ridiculous is because most new traders are going to lose their first few accounts because it takes a little while. There's a steep learning curve. And so if you make a new trader put his first account as a $25,000 account, you're essentially making sure that trader loses $25,000 for his first introduction into day trading or trading in general. Just a very stupid, counterproductive rule for what they say they're for, and it ends up making traders lose way more money than they need to. In my opinion, it's much better for a new trader to take a small account because they're probably going to lose, and if you lose a small account, it's not that big of a deal. If you lose $25,000, it can be very disheartening. And so it's just a dumb rule, but if you're trading on a US regulated broker, you can only day trade 3 times a week, basically.
All right, guys. One thing to keep an eye on is AAL approaching that 17 price point I talked to you guys about. I think if the airlines truly break out here, we could even get a push up in the SPY. So just keep that in mind, guys.
How is Texas stores? What? Good? I don't know what to respond to that, brother. Just got the expert pack. Is there a time or a goal you have to hit before you withdraw? I'm not sure. You'd have to ask them. It's different for every package. I've never had an expert package. I have the pro. So it just depends, bro.
All right, guys. If I do get a squeeze in space, if I do get squeezed out for any reason, I might even flip.
Yeah, he was a teething puppy, Isaac. And so... Oh, wait. Sorry, Mitch. You're breaking up.
Oh, you're good.
You're breaking up, man. Say that last part again, because we didn't hear you.
That if for any reason space squeezes here, there's a big trader in at 1720. That's my main concern. If he's long, if it squeezed me out, I might even actually take a trade on the upside, thinking that the SPY will break out. But I'm gonna stick to my break even for the rest, like I said earlier. Stick to the plans, guys. That's what gets me in the green good, and that's what gets me my rewards that I want to see. If not, I'm okay with just making $47 on this trade. You got to stick to what you want and then establish that plan and don't stray from it.
Yeah, Isaac, he was a teething puppy, and so I don't know if you've ever had a puppy before, but man, those things, number one, they're very difficult to train, and number two, they teeth on everything, man. It's pretty hard to stop them. And so I had him do tricks, but like as for teething, like you buy them teething stuff, but they're always going to find something they like a little bit better than that, you know, especially like shoes is usually what they like, you know. And so, yeah, my wife was 6 months pregnant, and so she just couldn't deal with it. Yeah, well, that's an old special. Is his Louisiana joke, Han? That's his old special. I've seen it. I'm not offended by it, you know. I like Theo Von. Theo Von's got some good stuff. He's from about an hour away from my hometown. If you listen to Theo Von, you could probably hear like the mannerisms of people from Louisiana and kind of the different stuff they say. Like we say stuff like, you know, a lot. You'll hear us say that over and over again. You'll hear me say it over and over again too. It's just a filler word, but.
All right, guys. Remember, stop is placed at 1731. My break-even pricing. We're getting close towards it. I think if this squeezes up here, completely get out of my position would be the smartest move. So. All right, guys. So what you guys are seeing here, guys, is two platforms. I'm using TEFs on the right-hand side and TC on the left. TC is a charting platform, but what we really use is TradeNet. And what they do is they do funded account packages. And what does this give you an ability to do is it gives you an ability to trade as much as you want. We had a trader ask about the PDT rule earlier. And really, this is the best way to get around the PDT rule. At least that's what we found the best advantage for. They provide funded account packages, high quality platform that gives you, for the intro account, as much buying power as 14,000. That's what I'm using here, guys. And you can make gains of $100, $200 a day with those intro accounts. So definitely check it out. It gives you low commissions. It gives you an educational platform. It gives you a demo and access to their chat room. So not only will you have access to the trading, but you will also have access to a professional day trading chat room. So definitely check it out, guys. It gives you great benefits with that low commissions. You can short any stock that's tradable. So you traders that are only stuck going long, definitely check this out, guys.
Yeah, 100%. I posted the link. Can y'all see the link, or do I need to repost it? I'll repost it. I don't see it right now. Here it is. Alright. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't post that last time. Yeah, he's got some funny stories, man. I like the hamster. The hamster bit he's got.
If I was not in the red right here, guys, this is where I would take a chance to add right there at that rejection. When it rejected to break out there, that's when I like to add, because you can stick to your break even pricing point. LK breaking out there, guys. AMD heading up.
Yeah, as you guys can see, I've stopped trading completely. Not trading anymore right now. I'm gonna hang it up, keep my $130 on the day, and just be finished. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Yusuf. Welcome, man. Thank you, sir.
All right, guys. Anything above 30s will get me out here. And if it just heads down to 17, we should get that crack. So I'm just going to stick to the trade like I always do. Stick to the plan. Interesting one to watch that's coming back, guys, is ENPH. Yeah, man. Bro, I agree with you.
Does TradeNet charge for... Yes, they do. It's roughly 0.006 cents plus a few fees. Average round trip is roughly... If you use less than like 300 shares or so, your average round trip, I'd say, is probably about $4, $4 or $5. So it's pretty cheap commissions. Hey John, I think Trump should get a lesson. Yeah, well, I mean, obviously we rely on Chinese manufacturing, man, and I think he should understand that too. But yeah, man, I mean, if China shuts down, it hurts our economy drastically too. Like, think about when you go shopping, how much of that stuff is made in China. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was talking to my dad actually, and he was like, "Well, we should have done what the Koreans did," and I quickly told him, "We don't have the capabilities.
Right.
We don't have the manufacturing. We don't have those capabilities." And that's one of the biggest things of, hey guys, we need to really start thinking about that. Our GDP can always just rely on public consumption.
Right.
Our GDP needs to start including other things like exports, You know, we need to make stuff here so that we can start really having a standpoint, I think, in the long run. But I agree with you, you know, there's definitely something to look at if we can't even supply our own grocery stores.
Right. 100%.
Spy's trying here, guys. What's going to happen, guys?
There we go. Attach it back. There we go. Sorry, I'm pulling my P&L over here, so I'm thinking about getting in something on this high of the day break. Maybe watching AMD and Disney here, but if I trade anymore, it's going to be very small. I think people are optimistic that this deal is going to get done, and that's what's dragging this up.
I just can't believe this is not going down with the job numbers, but we'll see. By the end of the day, if we're up.
Alright, I just jumped in Disney with 50 shares, pretty small position. Only gonna risk about 15 bucks or so, about 30 cents a share. Gonna let this test a $0.50. Pop back up there. That's just 60s again. I don't like my fill. My fill is 69, so I mean, we still got a little ways. There we go. See if we can break that high up there for Disney.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go WK my little doggy here. I'll leave the stop put on. I have a stop put on at 1731s. We'll see if we get the rejections.
Yeah, after this trade, I'll probably close it down, guys. And so remember to hit that subscribe button. I'll put my trade up here just so you can watch it, but then I'll probably close it down. If y'all want to see how we do after the stream, if we do trade, join our Discord. I'll post that. I'm trying to watch this while I do it, so bear with me, team. But yeah, check out our Discord, guys. There's 80s. You guys see that? Yeah, okay, good. Just a little baby trade, already up on the day pretty significantly, and so just gonna let this last little bit work. But yeah, if you want to join our Discord to see how we do for the rest of the day, if Mitch is how Mitch finishes this trade, we post all of our stuff to Discord, and so let me post this up here. There's our Discord if you want to check it out. Little 50 shares, be super cheap trade too. Might be like $3 total. I'm gonna let this go, see if we break that whole dollar here on Disney. But yeah, there's our Discord. '90s, '94s. I mean, I don't mind taking a little baby half off here too. I'm gonna let this test the whole dollar. Even the spread out a little bit. I'm gonna take another half off there, just protect myself here. Hold this last little 25 shares, see if we can test that whole dollar on Disney. Just a little quick scalp. But yeah, with this trade, I haven't lost in like 5 or 6 trades. Same thing with yesterday, just no losing trades. All right, I'm gonna get out the rest break even. Yeah, kept that one break even, but I'll take it. Was betting on the SPY breaking the highs there as it tested it. It still might. But I'm not going to risk this thing pulling back any. I'm going to keep it break even and take profits where I need to. And so, yeah, guys, with that, I'm going to hang it up on the day. Good luck in the markets, guys. Another really green day for me. You can see my largest loss of the day was 29 bucks. My largest gain was 174. Scalping has definitely been doing me right lately in this market. No losing days so far this week. All green days. Been doing really well. Growing my account. My account after today should be almost at $2,500 in profit. We're going to just keep growing this bad boy, see how big we can get it. And yeah, remember, guys, hit that like button. We had a lot of people in here today, so I appreciate all the love and support, guys. Good luck in this market. Man, Discord link didn't post here either. Weird. Did the Discord link push? No, it didn't. Weird, man. So yeah, here's the Discord link. You want to use the same platform as us, I'll post this link one more time, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Good luck, guys. There's the link if you want to use the same platform as us. Allows you to day trade in short with no PDT. And yeah, it looks like it was a good thing I got out of Disney, unless it's breaking highs here. Oh no, it is breaking highs. I probably should have held, but it's alright. Kept it green. Good luck, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day. And join our Discord if you want to follow along with how we do. There's the Discord link. There's our funded account link to use our platform. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day. Feels good, man. Feels good. Later, guys.